Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Louise Hubar begins now.
Tasmania has recorded a rise in the number of people hospitalised with COVID-19. 18 people are now being treated, 9 of them specifically for the virus, with 5 people in ICU. 757 new cases were recorded, a drop from yesterday's total, which was above 900. The state government is hoping bills for its container refund scheme and waste levy will pass the Legislative Council as Parliament resumes this week. Environment Minister Roger Jensch joined a group of volunteers for Clean Up Australia Day this morning, spruiking the potential benefits of the legislation.
A number of the bags that you see around us here, where the volunteers have been cleaning up Riverbend Park, have got in them drink containers, water bottles, cans and bottles that should never have entered the waste stream.
There are locations around Launceston where we have found hundreds at the one site. So bring on the container refund scheme. That will be one less bit of rubbish that we have to pick up.
The government will have its hands full trying to clean up another mess as Labor continues to call for an independent inquiry into a potential conflict of interest involving former Sports Minister Jane Howlett and her alleged relationship with Jack Jumpers CEO Simon Brookhouse.
We are not confident that the truth has been told, and the only way to get to the bottom of this is if evidence is sworn under oath.
Labor says it's keeping its options open and may refer the issue to the Integrity Commission. Tasmanians have continued to show their support for embattled Ukrainians holding park. Many have strong ties to the nation, including Ella Pierce, who recently moved here from Ukraine and has immediate family sheltering in Kiev.
Very, very sad, very angry, because I don't know why here problem, because I don't know why go to Ukraine, why bombs, I don't know why.
State government is engaging directly with any Tasmanians in Ukraine to provide assistance. Tasmania's arts community has been dealt a blow, with one of the state's oldest theatre companies hitting pause after missing out on vital government funding. The Tasmanian Theatre Company will look to return in 2023. However, its former CEO believes the group needs to look at other options.
For 45 years, it has been a jewel in the state's artistic crown, giving a stage for local stars to shine.
We have been prepared to put on shows that some other people haven't put on. We've always tried to make them a extremely good local content.
But the Tasmanian Theatre Company curtain won't rise this year, after missing out on government funding, worth up to 70% of their budget. The board decided to sit out 2022.
Basically put it into hibernation and say, well, look, let's look when we can reapply for funding.
Its issues are not uncommon in an industry reeling from 2 years of border closures and lockdowns. The theatre's outgoing CEO says she told the company to disband, questioning its plans going forward.
I don't think the board have really acknowledged the role that they've played in the company's lack of stability.
The CEO was a major part of that direction. So I think all of us have to take some responsibility.
This week's announcement was bittersweet, with the company nominated multiple times at last night's Tasmanian Theatre Awards. Those involved say they are proud of the stories they brought to life.
The theatre company has meant so much to them, and they're taking their first steps.
We presented a diversity of stories that has never been platformed.
John Hunt, 7 Tasmania News.
Tasmanian and Victorian cricketers paused before the beginning of this morning's Marsh Cup match in Hobart to pay tribute to Rod Marsh and Shane Warne. The cap numbers of both players were painted onto the Blunston Arena turf. Players and officials then paused for a minute's silence in an emotional ceremony. The moment especially poignant for Victoria, with Warne playing all of his state cricket career for the team. Hobart's Hutchins School has held its 9th annual Blokes and Spokes bike ride, pedalling the Together, participants stress the importance of guiding those who lack a positive male role model.
Others aren't as fortunate as I was. You know, we're pretty lucky. And I feel like, you know, if you can give back and help those that aren't as fortunate, you can really make a difference.
It's good that boys have role models they can look to teach them how to grow up and be good young men.
Around 100 teachers, parents and students took part in the ride. Some lucky kids have been given a front seat ride in their favourite supercars. Ferrari, Monaros all lined up at the National Automobile Museum to take children living with disabilities for a ride.
Just to put a smile on their face, give them an opportunity to do something that they don't normally have an opportunity to do.
The funds raised today have been donated to the Special Olympics organisation, with the national event to be held in the state later this year. Tasmania's most acclaimed musical theatre company will raise the curtain on its production of Chicago after trying to gain the rights to it for more than a decade. Encore Theatre Company is preparing to wow audiences with the saucy show, which has come together in less than 3 months.
It's the sassiest and most seductive show on stage.
Chicago's about two ladies who are desperate to be famous. But one problem for that is they're sitting in a jail cell awaiting their trial for murder.
Thelma Kelly has always been a bit of a dream role. She's sort of the one that's kind of on her own and that you don't mess with her.
Lead Abby Hansen has been flying in from Melbourne every weekend to rehearse.
And all that
she can't wait to perform in front of a crowd.
So it's really nice to actually be here permanently now, to sort of bond with them a bit more and put all the stuff together.
The music all flowing from a 22-piece brass band above the stage.
It's really high energy jazz, and it's really, really cool. Yeah, it's very hard not to be like pumped up and excited when that band is playing.
keep your money, that's enough for me.
It's been a blur for cast and crew putting the show together in less than 3 months.
It's obviously been a short rehearsal time frame, but what's made that work really well is we have a cast of 22 incredibly talented performers.
Musical theatre is my dream and I absolutely love it, so it's wonderful to see people who have that same dream and help you pursue it.
The team at Encore is riding a high after taking out 9 gongs at the Tasmanian Theatre Awards last night for its production of Mamma Mia.
It was just a brilliant night and a big shot in the arm for everyone after such a long process of trying to get that show on the stage.
The season of Chicago begins with a preview on Thursday at Launceston's Princess Theatre before Friday's official opening. Josh Duggan, 7 Tasmania News.
Tasmania has crushed Victoria to keep its slim chances of making the Marsh Cup final alive. Matthew Wade posted a blistering half-century, while Peter Siddle ripped through Victoria's top order to give the Tigers a big win.
After pausing to remember 2 greats, winning was firmly on the mind of Tasmania. The Tigers getting off to a bad start.
In the air is out, caught at the point. Doran went uppish, he didn't control that shot.
Caleb Jewell also departed a short time later, before Mac Wright and captain Jordan Silk fought back. Their century stand putting Tasmania on the front foot. Wright's departure, 1 short of his half-century, brought Matthew Wade to the middle.
Wade into the onside, behind square for a boundary. And he's ramped. Smart stuff, Matty Wade.
Wade's blistering 86 included 11 4s and 3 6s, while 82 from the captain helped the Tigers post 6 for 295. With a bonus point on offer, Peter Siddle was keen to make light work of the visitors, taking 2 wickets in 2 balls.
And he's edged it, he's on the hat-trick! Peter Siddle is on the hat-trick!
No hat-trick this time around, but the wickets kept falling, Victoria slumping to 4 for 65. Glenn Maxwell remained the danger man as he tried to inspire his side. But when he holed out in the deep, it was essentially game over. Despite some late hitting from Victoria, the Tigers were too strong. The bonus point win keeping their season alive. John Hunt, 7 Tasmania News.
In the WNCL, Tasmania has also secured a win, defeating Western Australia by 5 wickets in Canberra. Bowling first, the Tigers bowlers managed to restrict WA to just 6 for 188 from their 50 overs. Tasmania chasing down the total with 5 overs to spare. Opener Emma Mannix-Jeeves starred with the bat, top scoring with 68. Turning to the NBL now, and the Jack Jumpers are back on the winners list after overcoming a spirited New Zealand Breakers side in Launceston last night. A record basketball crowd at the Silverdome was treated to a tight match as both sides traded the lead in the second half. The Jack Jumpers pushing hard in the final term, scoring 16 points to 9 to snatch a 66-62 victory. Michaela McIntosh starring with 21 points for the winners.
McIntosh underneath, fouled, won the count. Fantastic execution.
Tasmania's next match is against the Taipans in Cairns on Friday.
Good evening. 21 in Burnie today, Devonport 20, 19 in Launceston, Hobart 16. 20 across Lowhead and Strawn, Ooze 17 and 18 in St Helens. On the close-up, a cloud band associated with a strong and gusty southerly change cleared the northeast of the state. Further out, cloud and associated thunderstorms rotate around a low centred over northern New South Wales. Tomorrow shows a cold front approaching the southwest of Tasmania. Northeast to southeasterly winds tomorrow, 10 to 20 knots, swells up to 4 metres in the west and south and up to 1 metre in the north. A strong wind warning is current for Flinders Island and the southwest coast. Tomorrow's forecast now, 22 across Hobart and Dover, ooze sunny. In the north, Launceston 23, partly cloudy about Devonport and Scottsdale. Burnie tomorrow, partly cloudy, Strawn and Stanley 21. St Helens cloudy, 20 in Swansea and mostly sunny in Ross. The UV forecast is very high 8s across the state. Looking ahead to the 3-day forecast now, Tuesday early showers about the west and south, Wednesday fine with southeasterly winds, and Thursday afternoon showers about the far south, fine elsewhere. Capital cities 34 and sunny in Perth tomorrow, Adelaide 25 and mostly sunny in Broome. And currently Hobart 15 and partly cloudy, Launceston 16 and Devonport 18 and sunny. That's all in weather tonight, Lou.
Lovely, thank you for that. And that's all your news for this Sunday evening. Thank you for joining us. Kim and the team will be back with you tomorrow. Good night.